Right. So hopefully, if I got the technology sorted out, we're on to the second part of my. I have to do that for some reason, but anyway, the second part of my little survey of Hamlet's soliloquies. I've moved on to the scene. There we go. It's Act One, Scene 5, just after he's seen the ghost, or as the ghost of his father departs. And I think, you need to be careful. I remember one of the things I was told at university is, why do we trust the ghost? Why do we trust the ghost of Hamlet's father? And I think Shakespeare suggests that Hamlet, being an intelligent man, is going to question, although he's absolutely filled with horror about what he's been told. Much of the play now is him desperately trying to find out if this is true. I'm sorry to refer to Macbeth again, but we see it in Macbeth, where Banquo is much. It sort of treats the witches with much more suspicion than Macbeth does. Macbeth believes them very, very quickly, although he says things like, cannot be ill, cannot be good, cannot be ill. So Hamlet, although he does at one point say, "Oh, my prophetic soul, murder, oh, my prophetic soul," as if, I always knew it was like that. But he can't really bring himself entirely to trust the ghost, and I don't think he should, because the ghost in the end is from the underworld. It's not, going back to Shakespeare's time and the view of God and of heaven and so on. He's going to be a little bit worried about this. Why should we trust him? And he does say, okay, let's look at the soliloquy. "Oh, all you host of heaven, oh earth, what else? And shall I couple hell?" See, there you go. Immediately he's in, well, is it from heaven? Is it from hell? "Oh, fie, hold my heart." We saw him holding his heart before in my last little film. Again, broken language. Hamlet is distressed. "Oh, all you host of heaven, oh earth, what else? And shall I couple hell? Oh, fie, hold my heart. And you, my sinews, grow not instant old, and bear me stiffly up. Give me strength. Give me strength to get through this. Remember thee," that was the last thing that the ghost said there. "Adieu, adieu, adieu, Hamlet, remember me. Remember thee, I, thou poor ghost, whilst memory holds a seat in this distracted globe." Of course, a typical Shakespearean pun. We know that this was, or we guess that this was probably performed at the Globe. "Remember thee," repeated. "Yea, from the table of my memory I'll wipe away all trivial fond records. Fond records, it should go with the verse. Fond, foolish. I'm going to clear the slate. All saws of books, saws are like sayings, quotable stuff. All forms, all precious past, at youth and observation copy there. All the stuff from my youth, all the stuff from my life, all the stuff that I've written down, that I've learned, it's just all can be wiped now. This is more important. Thy commandment," interesting word, is it from God? Is it like a God's commandment? "All alone shall live within the book and volume of my brain." You see why we love Hamlet. We're in his mind, we're in his brain. He's talking about wiping his memory clear and writing down only this, unmixed with base matter. Get rid of everything else. "Yes, by heaven." Notice his religious imagery. Heaven, earth, hell. And then again, we've got heaven. And in the last soliloquy, we saw him talking about God and the everlasting and God's canon against self-slaughter. You can't look at Shakespeare without having an understanding of Christianity and how important it was in England at the time, or in Europe indeed. So I'll mix it. "Yes, by heaven, O most pernicious woman, O villain, villain, smiling, damned villain." Notice again, get to know the verse, listen to the rhythm of it. Oh, villain, villain, smiling, damned villain. So it needs that little extra syllable there. But first mother, then uncle. First pernicious woman, then the man. He can't get away from blaming his mother for this. My tables, little book, little notebook. Meet it is, I set it down. It's right for me to set it down. It is meet and right. That one may smile and be a villain. At least I am sure it may be so in Denmark. There's our hypocrisy. There's our surface and reality. Smile and be a villain. That I mentioned in my previous one. So uncle, there you are. So he writes. And there he's fixed. In the book, he's fixed his uncle's character. There you are. Now to my word, it is adieu, adieu, remember me. So it's that the words of the ghost that he fixed in his head. I have sworn. Of course, we do get a load of stuff with him underneath the ground saying, swear! But I want to just, as a response to this soliloquy, there he is going, swear, swear. As a response to the soliloquy, what is his decision? What does he decide to do? Well, of course, he decides to act. I've said before, the word act is vital in this play. He needs to act in terms of revenge. I didn't mention in the first video, but of course revenge tragedy is vital here. And more research that you would need to do for context is the tradition of the revenge tragedy. Whether you're looking at Thomas Kyd's Spanish tragedy, which is seen as an influence on this play, whether you're looking at the Revenger's tragedy, which is an interesting, very bleak later Jacobean tragedy, or whether you're just looking at the whole idea of somebody is killed and you have to get revenge. It goes back to the Greeks, of course. Now, Hamlet's problem is he right to act, to decide to go into action? His alternative is, I'm going to play a role. And here he says it. There are more things in heaven and earth, Horatio, than are dreamt of in your philosophy. We know that line. But come. How strange or odd soe'er I bear myself, as I perchance hereafter shall think meet to put an antic disposition on. Okay, so classic line, the antic disposition. That you at such time seeing me never shall with arms encumbered thus, or head shake, or by pronouncing of some doubtful phrase as well we know, and we could, and if we would, or if we list to speak, and there be, and if there might, or such ambiguous giving out to note that you know aught of me, this not to do. So don't you stand around when I'm behaving strangely, antic disposition. Don't stand around and go, oh, yes, well, we know all about you. Oh, yeah, no. I'm asking you not to do that, okay? I need you to help me. Okay, so grace and mercy at your most need help you. Swear. And they swear this as well. Okay, they swear to look after, or he asks them to swear to put up with the fact that Hamlet is going to play the role of the madman, put on an antic disposition. I'm sorry, I'm going to behave weirdly. And of course, we see that pretty soon with the way he behaves with Polonius and with his mother and uncle. Okay, so I think that'll do for this one, and then I'm going to look at the next one. What is the next one? What a piece of work! Excellent. Right, so we'll look at that one in my next little film. Thanks for watching.